James has served as a student senator for 3 years, winning both the Outstanding New Senator as well as the Outstanding Senator of the Year award. During his final year in the Senate, he served as the Student Senate President pro tem. Mr. Hankins also represented NC State students as the Associate Vice President of the University of North Carolina Association of Student Governments last year. Additionally, James served as the Political Affairs Chair for the Society of African American Culture and was a participant in the NC State Leadership Institute. He is also a member of the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity. After graduation, James plans to teach social studies at one of the Wake County public high schools and attend graduate school next fall. James is the son of James and Faye Hankins, who reside in Wilmington, North Carolina. Ladies and gentlemen, to speak for the class of 2008, Mr. James E.O. Hankins II.
Congratulations for being selected.
Shared experiences. This morning, I would like to speak to you all about shared experiences. But first of all, I would be remiss if I did not thank the people important to me. Thank you to Chancellor Oblinger for that introduction. Thank you to the committee for their selection. Thank you to all the faculty, all the staff who meant so much over the years. I want to thank personally my friends, the Fifth Floor Boys, the Black Caucus, and especially my fraternity, the Eta Omicron chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. Most importantly of all, I have to thank my parents, my family. First, I want to thank my mother, Faye Bellamy Hankins, who said that it doesn't matter when you graduate, it doesn't matter what you do when you graduate, just make sure you get a job. I'd also want to thank my father, James Jerome Hankins, my grandmother, Mary Bellamy, and of course, God. As we look back on the days in which we started at this university, we look at the tough times that we had to overcome, the times that we all shared together, trying to figure out how to get from West Campus to East Campus without getting lost, the anxiousness of that first test, and the disappointment when you got the results and realized, I'm not quite in high school anymore. That first girl that you fell head over heels in love with, and a few months later, she broke your heart. And you know, of course, all those losses that we had to endure to UNC. You see, these were the worst of times. But we also shared in the best of times. We beat UNC here in the RBC Center. We beat them in Carter Finley Stadium. You remember that first party you attended where you said, wow, the movie's all right. College life is really like this. And most importantly, you remember walking out of that last class, taking that last test, sitting here today, and realizing what we finally have accomplished together. You see, people don't seem to understand the experiences of our generation. They see us as a flash in the pan. They look at us as a transitional generation, that the greatest generations were the ones that lied before us and the ones that are yet to come. But we say that we're more like a hybrid, because remember when we were young, there were no hybrids. Cars ran on only gas, and gas didn't run through your wallet. In middle school, no one had a cell phone. Now, can you imagine life without one? I'm sure some of you are texting right now as we speak. We also remember that in our youth, computers were once used and only effective for processing information. And now, computers are all about the process of information exchange. It is us, that remember when we first arrived on this campus, the old stands of Riddick Stadium still sitting there. And now, the new Carter Finley Stadium has even more additions as we speak. It is us who remember when one was lucky to find a water fountain or even a weight room in the gym. Now, you can go sip a latte before you take Pilates class. It is us who remember when people used to walk all the way to East Campus to get lunch at Clark. Now kids come from West Campus to eat dinner at Fountain. And it is us who remember back when we used to go to the library to just study. Now we go to make sure that we finish our Halo tournaments and that our Guitar Hero points are as high as they need to be. We've seen the evolution of man and technology that normally takes thousands of years in a little over than 20. But that's not the final moment. That's not all. What they don't see is the connection that we have all made. That the time when you pulled that all-nighter and all of a sudden you stopped and you said, aha, I've got it. When that time when you looked across to your group partner and you realized what you were gaining was not just something social, but something intellectual. When our minds and our souls have wrapped around the one concept we needed to finally feel like we've gained the promise of the university, an education. So don't, I repeat, don't tell us we aren't one of the greatest generations. Without us, the past would be forgotten and the future could never be imagined. And not all of us will be the next great writers, politicians, doctors, scientists, engineers, or teachers, but we are all connected by this shared experience. You know, when I told my dad that I was not going to be graduating in May, but I was going to be graduating in December, he said, son, I want you to graduate at the real graduation. So, Dad, I hope this is real enough for you. Because you see, all of us, we made one solemn vow. We made one promise. We made one commitment when we came to this university. That our Facebooks would say NC State 08, and they are going to stay that way. These are our shared experiences because we've all attended NC State. We've all tripped on those loose bricks on campus. We have all graduated not on time, but on our own time. And we all remember how things were way back when, but now we are fully prepared for what lies ahead of us. My name is James Edward Oliver Hankins II. And I am proud, I'm honored, I'm humbled to have shared these experiences with you. Congratulations, class of 2008. God bless. Let's keep it moving.